Greetings Guardians and welcome, I'm Unclear, and today we're back with another Xur weekly video. Xur can be found in the bazaar just across from my core over there. Now, what is Xur selling this week? Anything worth visiting? Alright, in terms of catalysts, we have the Mitre Multi-Tool catalyst and the Fourth Horseman catalyst. And the Fourth Horseman catalyst is the most important out of these two, so I'll definitely pick that up if you don't already have it. Fourth Horseman is pretty crazy for some day one stuff, and for boss deletions it's pretty fantastic. We have the Foe Tracer exotic for the Hunter, 68 stat roll, all in strength. If you can make this work in your build, it's a really good exotic to have, but I'll probably give this one a miss just based on the stat distribution. Right, Antaeus Wards used to be some pretty fantastic stuff. I'd pick these up if you don't have a decent pair. The stat distribution is quite nice, especially with the discipline being so high. You'll be good to fit this into a build and get it to work. Alrighty, transversal steps, high resilience, mid discipline, mid intellect, little bit of strength. Not bad. With the resilience that high, you definitely get some really spiky pieces and really get it to work. For instance, my transversals, like that. You definitely could make these ones work in a build quite easily. Class items also for sale this week if you want to pick up a few more to get the role you want. So be sure to check those out. Right, in terms of offerings, you also have the Enhancement Cores, Ascendant Allies, and Glimmer you can pick up. I pick up the Ascendant Enhancement Cores each week just to get a few more, because you never know about weapon crafting. Alrighty, and in terms of weapons, we have the Hawkman with Moving Target, Heavy Grip, Yellow Bag. It's not a bad roll. I still like seeing the range above the 56 mark, but this will still work. And with moving target's quite nice. Alrighty, we have Cerberus +1, Wave Splitter, and Thunderlord. Wave Splitter is pretty awesome this season. The Void synergy and the Trace Rifle synergy. So if you don't have a Wave Splitter, this will be a pickup for this season because it is pretty fantastic. Alrighty, going into the weapons he has. Fire, I wouldn't bother. That is. It looks cool, but the roll is just meh. I won't bother with it. I mean, Blood Feud, same again. You just were rounded, not a roll, not the weapon you want. Death Adder. This could work. Destruction Break's actually quite nice. Especially if you use a kinetic like Slug Shotty or something, you really can make use of this perk. But it is situational. But if you want to find SMG to pop shields, could be a way to go. Also works if it's anti-barrier submachine gun, that you know. The Scholastic Variable, Killing Wind Wellspring, I wouldn't bother with this. What? This is an interesting perk. Phase Magazine, I've not seen that before ever. It gives you a low rate of fire, increased damage to 600 around WM. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've not seen that perk ever. It's an interesting perk. We have the 7th Seraph with Field Prep and Mulligan. I said, I really like this LNG. There's better perks, but they're not bad. Field Prep's always a good perk to have. You usually want like Vorpal or something here. Just to get that increase of damage. But hey, it looks good, it sounds good, it's a nice weapon. If you don't have it and want it, this is not a bad roll. Not a great roll, but not a bad roll. Right, we have Corsair's Wrath with Pulse Monitor, Kill Clip. Not really going to be using Kill Clip on a linear fusion, unless you're just mauling champs and reloading between shots. So I'll probably give this one a miss. And then we have the class swords this week as well, Thresh and Assassin's Blade. Not a bad roll. I wouldn't rate it highly. I'd prefer this on the Hunter's Blade. But if you don't have it, pick one up and just add it to the collection. But I wouldn't run for it. So, armor this week we have the gloves, 63 wouldn't bother, 63 wouldn't bother, 61 wouldn't bother, 62 wouldn't bother. Anything below 65, I wouldn't bother looking. Especially with the stat distribution, they're not spiky enough. That is Xur this week. Now Xur is also, this week is also Trials, where it's doing class-based fighting. So What that means is you'll have a Warlock, Hunter, and Titan on each team. The map is Disjunction, and the weapon of the Shire's Wrath. Now this SMG is banned. It has some great PvP perks and some great PvE perks. In terms of perk combinations, what you'll find is I have them on screen right now, is you can run Repulsive Brace, PvE, alongside Destabilization. Absolutely fantastic. Or you can jump on Tiger Lock, or even Cascade Point, which, if you've seen a few videos of damage testing, Cascade Point SMGs is pretty cool. If you're looking for a PvP role, you can go Dice Way, Killing Wind, Keep Away, Zen Moment, even Discord. There's some pretty crazy perks in the columns for PvP. You can go Tap the Trigger for consistency. I personally like Kill Clip. You can also go Target Lock or even High Impact Rounds. There's so many perk combinations to use with this gun, and it does feel fantastic. So that is the weekly weapon. So I would 100% giving that a try to get one if you don't have one. Make sure you head over to Saint 14 to your Trials Passage. Make sure you pick up the second passage, not the first one. The second passage allows you a lighthouse no matter how long it takes. You just win streak that will dictate your rewards. So you won't get a 2 to 3 win streak at a minimum. But if you only have 1 for 1, it also won't matter. So yeah, just make sure you pick up this passage here. This passage here will allow you to buy the weapon up here. You have enough Osiris Cipher, Osiris Ciphers engrams. You can always pick it up from here as well. So make sure you pick up your Trials Passage and really jump in and enjoy yourself. This week we also have the Slammer weapon in terms of Nightfalls, and in Nightfalls you can pick any one you want. So you have Slammer right here. You actually get Eager Edge Blade here, and Vorpal in this column here. So if you really want Vorpal and Blade, you can freeze enemies with the sword. And Eager Edge is fantastic on this thing. The one I got now is not too bad. I just wanted Eager Edge on a sword. You can actually run any Nightfall you want. The node is completely unlocked. So if you go into Destinations, go into Vanguard, go over here, and you change it. Pick anyone. I've done all of them. Inside Terminus, with a team of 3 people who kind of know what they're doing, is a 12-minute run. You can get a bunch of these out so fast and get yourself some pretty crazy loot in them. So if you're a new light player, or even just returning player to the game, jump into this GM, stock up on materials, stock up on exotics, armor, stock up on weapons, stock up on materials, and you have a really, really fantastic time. I've been running them myself for a wee while, and I now have, more enhancement cores than I usually have. I have 600 enhancement cores, I have prisms, I have golf balls. There's a lot of gear dropping from these Nightfalls, and they're so quick and so easy to run. If you are new and you do want help, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And I'll be running GMs when I'm on, so if you message me, I'll be sure to jump in and give you guys a hand if you require it. Anyway, I want to say thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, stay safe. Take care. Bye for now.